Hello, I'm Katherine Murphy, and I'm the moderator for this League of Women Voters candidate interview. I'm joined by Ken Ratliff, who is running for Elum City Council Position 2. The ground rules for this event were shared with Ken and are posted in the description below. The interview consists of an opening statement, followed by 3 questions and a closing statement. All candidates running for this position were invited to be interviewed. So Ken, let's get started, and you have 60 seconds for your opening remarks.
Hello, thank you for this chance to talk, and hello, fellow friends, neighbors, citizens. Why am I running for city council? Probably I can think back to when I first got on the council, which was in 2000, and I went from 2000 to 2011 on the council. Then I took a term off, and then I decided in 2015 to get back on. So this is my second election since then. But in 2000, there was a lot of questions for the Elum area that I wanted to be a part of. And I was able to be a part of the agreements and so on that went into getting what is now Suncadia. And that was good. So I can remember those days, and I'm glad to have been a part of it.
Thank you, Ken. So your first question is this. The proposed 47 degrees north project could double summer population in Elum and will seriously impact the city's infrastructure. The final decision on this project will be made by the city in early 2024. What are your thoughts on this proposed development? And you have 90 seconds for this answer.
Yeah, that's a bit of a charged question. Let me state, first of all, that we, the council in Elum, serve in judgment over this project. And it's called a quasi-judicial proceeding. And because we serve in judgment, it's important that we be impartial and listen to both sides. And so I'm making a point of doing that. And as far as just making statements for or against, I'm not going to do that here. I want to preserve the impartiality of the process. And I don't want to be held in a biased position and have to step aside. So I can say that we've had literally thousands of comments, and I've yet to see one in favor. That's just a factual matter. I can also say that I was a part of the original agreements that were put together for the Bullfrog urban growth area in the early 2000s, and we did a good job, and I'm proud of that. And I can say that we do not have to agree to a new agreement. If the new agreement is better for the city, we can go with it. But if it's not, we can say, we prefer the agreement we have. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question. Affordable housing is in short supply. What steps can the city council take to address it? And you have 90 seconds.
The city council is limited in what we can do. We can get a renewed emphasis on things such as accessory dwelling units, which is to get another living unit, for instance, an apartment on top of a garage, added on a parcel where it fits, type of thing. We can have more multifamily and duplexes allowed, and we are definitely considering that. And also, ironically, things like are proposed on the Bullfrog urban growth area are intended to make houses, at least theoretically, more affordable. That's been lost in the discussion, but it needs to be considered. So those sorts of things are what we can do. As far as affordability, it's all affordable to somebody. We need more, less expensive housing. And we don't have the independence to change building codes, for instance. We have to go with what we have. And so we're limited in what we can do.
Thank you. The last question is, due to climate change, has the city done enough to prepare its citizens for a catastrophic weather event? What do you think, which could include fire, what do you think needs to improve? And you have 90 seconds.
Okay, well, that's a bit of a loaded question, but it's a good one. It's a significant issue nowadays. As a city, we have an emergency plan that can cover a weather event, whether that be a winter event, snow, flood, rain on snow, a summer event with fire, or if Mount Rainier or some other peak should become an active volcano. We have that in place. We need to update it and and make sure our staff are on board with it. But it's the emergency response system, or the incident response system, where you have an incident commander and a hierarchy put together in advance to be able to respond, and agreements with other agencies. So we have a basic framework for that already, and updating that is what we do. As far as the issue of global warming, climate change, it's a big one in the news. It's gotten in public policy, unfortunately. When you look at the real issues down there, I don't buy it, because carbon dioxide is not even a greenhouse gas, or is at most a minor greenhouse gas.
Thank you. And thank you, Ken Ratliff, for participating in this interview. And it's now time for your closing remarks, and you have 60 seconds.
Okay, well, thank you for the opportunity. We have a wonderful system that anybody, any citizen, can fill out the forms at the county and become a candidate for office. And nobody gets their way on everything, but it gives you a chance to speak up about things that matter. And I've been able to be a part of the changes that have happened in the last 20 some years here. It didn't all go my way, but that's all right. I think overall, if we had not made our agreements with what was then called Trend West Resorts for the Mountain Star Resort, we wouldn't have much going on here, and we'd have 7,000 acres of trailer houses. But instead, we've got a gem of a development and brand new water and sewer systems for the combined communities. I'm glad to have been a part of it, and look forward to continuing into the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Ken Ratliff, for participating in this interview and offering to serve our community as Cle Elum City Council Member Position 2. For those watching, remember to check at votewa.gov to be sure you are registered to vote. All interviews will be linked in the Kittitas County League's voter guide, which can be found at kittitasleague.org. Thank you for voting in this election.